Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our roundtable talk by our current SFC students. Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to be starting with our three of the students, Viet, Rania Manayra, and Lucinda Lin for today's roundtable talk. Okay, so we will start this session by a presentation from each student, followed by the roundtable talk for the first 35 minutes. And then we will move on to the Q&A session for the rest. As you may know, we already collected and received many questions from you guys. Thank you for the questions. So I think the first 5 minutes, we are going to have a Q&A, and then we will answer the questions from the Google Forms, and then rest will be questions from the YouTube Live, from this live. You see the chat box right here or down below. You can chat your questions you want to ask from us. And then please feel free to ask your questions in the chat box while you're watching our presentations. Okay, so first of all, we have Rania's presentation.
Yes, so maybe we could move on to the, let's wait for it to start sharing. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Rania. I'm from Indonesia and I'm a second year at the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. I'm also part of SDPE Lab, which is under Mika Kunieda Sensei. Next slide, please. Yes, so here are the reasons why I chose SFC. So first of all, the location. I find Japan a really convenient place to live in. And also Keio is a very well-established institution. It's very well known. And I think that being part of that kind of institution would be an honor for me. And also it's interdisciplinary. SFC is very interdisciplinary. Like for example, right now I'm studying programming, management, and sustainability all at the same time. And also if you're, when you go into a research lab, which you could already do from your first year, second semester, you could get involved in a lot of projects and you could get real life work experience. Other than that, the professors, they're also they're very knowledgeable in their respective fields. So you learn a lot from them. And I think that that's one of the main positive part of SFC. Other than that, you could see the pictures on the right side. SFC is a very diverse place. I've got a lot of friends from different cultural backgrounds, and I also learn a lot from them. So yeah, that's my introduction. I'm looking forward to having a nice session today with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rania-san. Okay, now we have Lucinda Lin for his introductory presentation.
So hi everyone, I'm Lucinda Lin, I'm from Taiwan. I'm in my second year, I'll be a rising junior. I belong to the Faculty of Environmental and Information Studies. And this semester, I just joined a Kenkikai called the IKEA Lab, in which currently we are researching on mixed reality construction by virtual applications. Next slide, please. So the reason why I chose Keio first is because of the diverse research opportunities. There are many different variety of research groups where graduate and undergrad students work with the professors on different research projects. And second is the course flexibility, which I believe have been strongly emphasized by the faculty members earlier, because regardless of the faculty that you applied, you can design and mix any courses between the two faculties that suits your personal goals and researches. And lastly, I believe is the connection, because Keio has a strong alumni system, and I believe that this is very beneficial to future internship and job opportunities. And so, yeah, I believe this all together makes Keio SFC an excellent university. And so please come and join our community.
Thank you very much, Lucinda. Okay, next we have Viet Nang for his introductory presentation. Go on.
Yes, my name is Viet Nam. I'm from Hanoi, Vietnam, and right now I'm living in Fujisawa, Kanagawa, Japan. And I'm currently a third year at the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. And I'm a part of the Hiroto Kobayashi Lab. And you can see in these pictures, that's one of my project I made in SFC. Next, please. There's many reasons why I want to join Keio. Some are the same as Rania and Lucent. So I would just talk about some of that. My favorite one, which is the lab system. So normally in the normal university, you get to join the lab like in your fourth year to prepare to graduate. But in SFC, you can even join it in your first year. Usually people join it in like second years. So you got a lot of time to work closely with the professor in the field that you like, and also with a master student that in that lab. So you also learn from them. And personally, I am interested in architecture. So SFC have two Pritzker winner who used to be one used to be a professor here. One is still a teaching professor here. So
thank you very much, Vietnam. Okay, so here's my introductory presentation for you. My name is Oyumaa Batdelger, and I am from Mongolia. And I am in the Faculty of Policy Management. I'm currently a senior year student. This is my last semester here at SFC. And I belong to the Shirai seminar, which is a macroeconomic seminar. And as a part-time job, I do a kindergarten teacher. Next slide, please. So today I'm going to be presenting about the reasons I chose Keio prior coming to Keio University, and also the reasons why I would keep choosing Keio University if I weren't at Keio University. Okay, so first of all, of course, location, and everybody is interested in SFC because it's located in Japan. And I would like to present why SFC is a very perfect place to study, because SFC is not in Tokyo, as you know, it's in Fujisawa City, which is a very nice, subtle, very nice city with great nature and a very calming society. So I don't really like to live in a crowded place like Tokyo. So Fujisawa and SFC was a perfect choice for me. And it doesn't mean that we're that far from Tokyo. We actually just take like 50-minute to 1 hour train ride and we can be in Tokyo. And also something to mention is that 39-minute train ride to experience Inoshima Island, which is a perfect place to get wined out and experience the perfect nature of Japan. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. So second reason is that SFC really helps you identify what you like and what you want to do in the future. So first of all, coming to SFC, I didn't really know what I would like to be in the future, but with knowledge from my professors and the ability to choose any course I would like to get, I really honed down what kind of things I would like to pursue in the future and successfully point out the field that I would like to be in the future. Next slide, please. And the third reason is that we have a great professors and a very huge alumni network. So our professors are very highly experienced and successful in their respective fields. And to just honorary mention my professor, Sayuri Shirai, I've been looking up to her for a long time. And it's just very relevating to learn and being experienced with the person who you aspire to be. And also something that we need to mention is our alumni. Our SFC alumni are very generous and very nice people. They always support us in our studies and also our extracurricular activities. For example, we've been to sumo wrestling matches and like tea ceremonies. They're all been handed to our alumni to experience a first-hand Japanese culture. Thank you very much. And this is our reason to choose SFC. Okay, so since we are introduced everyone in our roundtable talk, we would like to talk about some of the SFC's uniqueness and our reasons to be living in Japan and some of the, of course, challenges that we faced coming to SFC and into Japan. Okay, so first we would like to talk about the uniqueness of SFC and Keio University. First of all, I would like to ask from Vietnam about the uniqueness of Keio University or SFC.
Yes, so in SFC, we have interdisciplinary courses, right? So I can say that you can create your own courses that really combining different field that really suit your goal, your personality, and what you want to do. And sometimes the combination of fields result in like a much more capabilities of their individual parents field, like computing and architectures. You can use computation abilities to generate calculation, a lot of things in like in architecture. So that's very nice.
Thank you very much, Vietnam. Okay, next, Rania, would you please share us about the uniqueness of SFC and Keio University?
Yeah, sure. So I do agree with Viet-An. He mentioned about the interdisciplinary of the classes. Another thing that I would like to mention is the fact that you could join a research lab early on, even as early as your second semester in your first year. And one thing that's really cool about research labs or kenkyukais is that you get to be involved in real life projects. Like, for example, right now, I am my kenkyukai is collaborating with Odakyu Group, like an actual train line, and we're actually implementing great systems with them. So yeah, I think that's one of the most unique things about SFC is the fact, yeah, like you could join different research labs with also really competent professors. Yeah, that's what I think, Oyumaa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rania. Okay, Lucent, do you have any uniqueness you would like to share with us?
Yes. So I believe like for KOSFC, in particular has quite a large population of international students. So it is a very diverse environment where you can get to meet many different people from around the world, and you can learn and share different cultural experiences from your classmates and professors. I believe that it is also very special for a Japanese university to have such cultural diversity, and for Keio to have such environment. I think like even without knowing Japanese when you get here, you'll feel very comfortable with the environment here. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lucent Lin. Okay, so for me, the uniqueness about SFC is probably our architecture design. And as you can see from our students, we all have like SFC background. And from Rania, you can see our very famous Kamoike pond, which is just the most relaxing thing in our SFC. And it's just after a lot of hours of studying, just coming here and eating lunch with your friends and having fun is like the best thing about SFC for me. Okay, so please join us with our community and diversity and a lot of the university experience that we have. Okay, so next topic is our daily activities. So starting from Rania, would you please share with us about your daily activities?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so comparing my university life before and after COVID, so obviously currently I'm doing more online classes. And yeah, well, another thing that I also do other than classes right now is I'm also doing a part-time job, just like Oyumaa. I'm also a preschool teacher at an international preschool here in Tokyo. Also, as I've said before, my kenkyukai is doing some projects. And yeah, I'm also involved in another circle. Well, it's more like an association. We call it the Association for International Students SFC, or AIS SFC, and I'm also part of that. And yeah, that's basically what I've been doing up until now.
Thank you very much, Rania. Okay, Lucent Lin, can you share about your daily activities?
So my daily activity is quite similar to Rania's, but I want to emphasize more on maybe like circles, because there's obviously a change before pandemic and after pandemic. So before pandemic happened, which is basically the first semester of my first year, I joined 3 circles, which are orchestra, badminton, and K-pop dance. And orchestra is actually one of my favorite because we actually have many performing opportunities at school and also at amazing concert halls. And I believe that also most importantly, a chance to meet a lot of new people. But after when the pandemic happened, a lot of my circles stopped activities. And for example, like badminton and K-pop dance. And so for orchestra, we actually started a new idea of doing a virtual orchestra by recording your own section and then integrating everyone's. Yeah, so in general, at SFC, there are many different circles that you can join. I don't think you need to worry if you don't know how to find one, because AIS, which is the circle that Ronnie is part of, organizes circle fairs entirely in English, and I think that there you can find the circle that you want to join.
Thank you very much, Lucent. Okay, Vietnam, would you please share with us?
Yes, so mostly I spend my time with my labs member to do some project, and I guess it's don't have to be always very only academical. So I got a lot of opportunity to have fun and socialize with my friends in the lab. Like this week I will go to Xiga Prefecture, and maybe next week I will go to the center of near center place near Tokyo Station, where we can work with local people there to have some community project. So it's pretty fun.
That's very fun. Thank you very much. So for fourth year students, for seniors, it's a little bit more relaxed according to academics or like extracurricular. So fourth years focus on mainly about job hunting and getting their resumes done and also their graduation projects. So as for me, I've been doing all of those to get my next step from SFC. And again, for information, SFC really helps us to how to write resumes and how to get a job hunting done. There's more sessions and info. Again, like Lucent Lin mentioned, there are many more organizations that happen to really help us to also step outside from SFC. Okay, so thank you very much for sharing about your daily activities in SFC. Now let's talk about financial aid, which is scholarships. Okay, first of all, I would like to have Lucent Lin about his scholarship experience.
Yes, so I am a recipient of the Masatada Kobayashi Scholarship. Yeah, it is also a great honor to receive this scholarship because Mr. Masatada Kobayashi is truly an inspirational role model to me, who is now basically the managing executive officer of Rakuten. And for this scholarship, you can apply the scholarship before enrollment during the application period. This scholarship basically covers my academic fee, and you can reapply every year depending on your academic performance and other extracurricular activities. So yeah, this scholarship basically gave me tremendous benefits to my daily life and academics. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lucent Lin. Okay, Vietnam, would you please share your experience?
Yes, so I am currently a recipient of the Mentor Mitakai scholarship. So it is a scholarship come from the association, the alumni association of Keio University, and yeah, so it helped me cover my tuition fees, and I want to talk about more about like aspect outside of just the money aspect. So sometimes this organization organize us to go have lunch or dinner with their members, so we can have a very private talk, very rewarding conversations with these people who are currently working, doing very great job in Japan.
Thank you very much, Vietnam. Okay, Rania, what scholarship are you receiving at the moment?
Yeah, so I'm a recipient of the MEX scholarship, or the Monbuka Gakusho scholarship. So that's the scholarship from the Japanese government. It's pretty similar to Lucent's scholarship in terms of like you could apply to it during the application period, so before your enrollment. And basically you get your academic costs are covered, and you also get living costs. You get some living money, and also one thing that's really cool about MEX getting the MEX scholarship is that because MEX also partners with universities outside of Keio, and there's this whole network. We call it the MSA, the MEX Scholars. Basically, it's a network of all of the MEX scholarship recipient and also alumni, and you get to know a lot of people. You get a lot of networking opportunities. And for example, right now I'm getting career coaching from one of my seniors at MSA. So yeah, I think that the MEX scholarship not only benefits you financially, but it also benefits you in terms of helping you for your future career and giving you job opportunities as well.
Thank you very much, Rania. Okay, as for myself, I've received the last semester donor scholarship, which was handed out to the people who were affected by the coronavirus. So our school actually helped us to continue our studies and continue living in Japan with donor scholarships, which I'm very appreciative of. Okay, so after financial aid, we have the topic of housing. So as we know that housing is a very crucial part of living in Japan, so let's share and listen to our candidates. Okay, Vitna, what kind of housing you are in at the moment?
I'm currently living in a private apartment. Fortunately, when I come to Japan, I get the help from the student life section in SFC, and they help me to find this apartment and to go through all the contract and document process need to be done to for me to move in. And it's yes.
Thank you very much, Vietna. Okay, next, Lucent. Could you please share with us your experience in housing?
Yes. So I'm actually currently living in a dorm called Dormation Fujisawa 2. It is very close to the school, which is around 10 minutes by bike, I believe, or 5 minutes by bus. It is actually quite convenient around here because there are drugstores, supermarkets, department stores, and even like sports centers as well. For this dorm, I actually got to live here through the school because there are actually some rooms reserved for international students where the school actually also supports by paying 30% of the dorm entrance fee. And this dorm is also relatively new, and the dorm also provides breakfast and dinner with actually different menus every single day. And also, like, you also have a dorm manager who can also receive packages if you're not in the dorm. Yeah, so I believe like if you want to come to SFC, dorm is definitely also a great option as well.
Thank you very much, Lucent. Okay, Rania, would you please share your experience?
Yes, so unlike Viet and Lucent, I am currently living in an apartment with my family. And I know that some of you guys may be, after enrolling in SFC, you guys may be living with your parents or your other family members. And maybe you guys are thinking like, it's taking away your university experience. And I think I don't think so. As long as you keep like a good social balance with your friends at university, I think that wouldn't be a problem. But if you really want to get like the full university experience, then maybe applying for a dorm would be the better choice for you. And yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you very much, Rania. As for me, I also, similar to Vietnam, I'm in the housing complex, a private housing complex. So of course, it's important to have a very good socially very developed in our university life. Also, becoming an adult, something that you might be looking for. So also private apartment is something that you might need to look into if you want to be a very good adult. Of course, it's very hard, but getting an apartment will definitely set the foot. Okay, so after housing, we have assistance. So what kind of things you thought it was really hard in a transition of living in your country and coming to Japan, and what kind of assistance you actually received from the university, the student life section, and also from your senpais. Okay, so let's start with Rania this time. Would you please share your experience and us getting an assistant from your seniors?
Yep. So yeah, first of all, just for background info, so I'm Muslim, and it's like kind of hard to find halal food around in Japan. However, SFC actually has, especially in the Lawson, there's a Lawson here at SFC, a convenience store, and they have a specialized section just for halal food. Also, the cafeteria, they provide halal options, and also there's a prayer section in one of the buildings at SFC. So yeah, as SFC, in terms of assistance for inclusivity, I think that they're doing a really great job. And also my seniors, they've helped me with recommending me to join which Kenkyukai or to join which class. And yeah, they are really helpful. So if you enroll to SFC, don't forget to talk to your senpais, your seniors, because they really are helpful and going to be helping you a lot, supporting you with your student life at SFC.
Thank you very much, Rania. Okay, next, Lucent, would you please share your experience?
Yes. So I think in Japan, like for a lot of foreigners and also including me, sometimes we need to be very careful about some basic etiquettes when you're with your Japanese friends or when you're in the public. So for example, if you're in the public transit, you should try to avoid to have loud conversations. But I think a lot of travelers here in Japan probably don't know this important etiquette. And if you want to try like public bath in Japan, you need to shower first before entering the onsen. So I think like these kind of like basic etiquettes like is very important for you to know. So if you are here, if you're here in Japan, I would definitely suggest you to search online about some of the basic etiquettes before coming to Japan. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lucent. Okay, next, Vietnam.
Yes, so I will talk about more of a technical stuff. So if when you come here, you will need phone numbers and like bank account to go through all these registration progress. So usually the school can support you as maybe as your guarantor if you are not 20 years, like that is what considered an adult in Japan. And they have some kind of session and they have you going all through this progress, and that is very helpful. And that is about technical stuff, like about asking advice to your senpai. I think usually each year we have a Facebook group or a Line group, which is a very popular chat app in Japan. You can just go in and ask the question, like what kind of what kind of registration system is what it is, or is this class good or something like that. So everyone in that group will see that message and will try to help you. Yeah, so feel free.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, as for social media, Line groups, Facebook groups, SFC students really have those in hand. And if you ask us a question on our platforms, someone will definitely answer and someone will definitely help you. So as for student life section really helps us to coming to Japan. We are in a very good, I guess for a better term, like a difficult transition. But however, our student life section really makes it very smooth in regards of getting a contract from the phone number for housing and for bank accounts. Everything is really handled well, and you will never encounter a very problematic things. So even if you have problems and even if you can't understand some of the documents in Japanese, you can always go to our student life section and ask for their help and assistance. So that's it for our experience and assistance. And now we're going to go into our Q&A session, which we received on the Google form in advance of our live. Okay, so first question is, when did you start preparing to apply to SFC? Now here for this question, Rania, would you please take on an answer?
Yeah, sure. So I enrolled in SFC on September 2019, and I remember that I started preparing from December 2018. So December, the year before the year of enrollment. And yeah, that's one of my tips if you don't want to get overwhelmed with like applications, because I'm pretty sure that you're also applying to other universities as well. Remember to start early.
Yes, thank you very much, Rania. Okay, next question is, do you have any tips for the application? So for this question, please, Vietnam, go ahead and answer for us.
Yeah, so when I'm preparing the documents for the admission to Keio SFC, I actually can find the curriculum, and I actually can go and look at all these the class title and the class description, so I can understand like what kind of school is SFC, and by doing so, it really you really feel that you really can assess that are you fitting for SFC, and you can be clear of your goals coming here. So I think you should do that, I guess.
Thank you very much, Vietnam. Okay, next, Lucent, would you please help us to answer to this question? What level of proficiency in Japanese did you have when you entered SFC?
So for me in particular, I actually learned some Japanese. I took some Japanese classes in high school, and I also took the AP Japanese exam. But I believe like coming to Japan, I still feel like this is still on a very basic level of Japanese. So when you come to SFC, you will start taking more intensive classes. There you can start honing your Japanese skills with the classes, and also communicating with your classmates and your professors.
Thank you very much. And as for me also, yes, I took a little bit of Japanese, but I'm not going to tell it was proficient enough to reach N5, but having hi, hello, thank you very much is I think it's very necessary, especially coming to Japan, since a lot of the people and local people of Japan doesn't really speak Japanese. So going to shop, going to restaurant, definitely having a little bit of Japanese will definitely help you. So we encourage you to practice a little bit Japanese firsthand. Okay, so next question is there a favorite class that you have taken? So for this question, we will all be answering. So let's start with Vietnam.
Okay, so my favorite class can be the class called algorithmic design. In this class, the professor will teach you how to use a 3D modeling tools named Rhinoceros, and it really allows me to have a platform, to create things that is on my mind, and it's open the door for many of my others creative work, and it's just very nice.
Thank you very much, Vietnam. Okay, next, Rania.
Yes, so one of the favorite class that I've ever taken is actually one of the classes that I'm taking right now in this semester. It's called Protection of the Living Environment, or Seikatsu Kankyoron, by Professor Kathy Monroe Holtz. It's a GIGA class, by the way. In this class, we learn about sustainability, and there are different topics for each quarters of the semester. And currently we're learning about corporate sustainability, and yeah, it's I really like the fact that it's very workshop and discussion based, because I prefer those kinds of classes. And yeah, it's really opened my eyes about systemic sustainability and environmental protection and all of those stuff.
Thank you very much. Okay, so next, Lucent, would you please share us your favorite class?
Yes. So my favorite class is actually a class called Workshop on sensing technology, because there you get to learn the application of GIS, which is an application that does visualization and analysis of the environment. And also I got to have the experience of flying different types of drones, even up to drones that are for industrial purposes. And so if you are into environmental sustainability, I think this is a great class for you to take.
Thank you very much. As for me, I took a course called Design Observation. And in that class, I really unfolded my creative side. So making a magazine, making a application, and everything comes really very unsurprisingly really different from every different course. So taking a lot of different courses will definitely help you to definitely help you to open different doors and different sides of yourself. So I encourage you to take a lot of classes. Okay, next question is, what is your advice to the young people taking architecture as a course later on in the future? So I think this question is directed to Vietnam. So please take on.
Yes, a very specific question. Yeah, so I would advise you to start as soon as possible. There are multiple classes that you should go through. But on advice, I would say that you can start taking graduate school classes. Don't be afraid of taking the graduate school level course, because you will not only learn from the professor, but also from your classmate, which are the master student, who are very experienced in this field. Yes.
Thank you very much, Vietnam. Okay, next we have a question. Are there any suggestion on how to live and learn at SFC? Okay, as for this question, Lucent, please share your experience.
So I believe that there are a lot of different courses. So yeah, for sure, there are a lot of different courses offered at SFC, and there are many innovative and creative courses that you don't get to learn in high school. So my advice is try to take as many courses that suit your personal goals and research, and join circles that you're interested, and have fun for the 4 year of your university life.
Thank you very much, Lucent Lin. As for me, I think utilizing our media center, our library and lab is very crucial, because some of the students doesn't really get into that kind of feel. It kind of like part of SFC, but definitely really utilizing our faculty resources is very different. So I suggest you to use our library at its full potential. Okay, since we have a little bit of time left, I'm going to choose questions from our YouTube live chat box. Okay, so here I have one question, which is any difference of the English taught classes and the Japanese taught classes? I cannot speak Japanese, but I will be able to take the Japanese taught classes in the future if I study Japanese hard, from MO. Okay. Would Vietnam share your experience in this field?
Okay, so I can really relate to you. For English speaking classes, usually it's going to be quite different from the Japanese courses. But you can always welcome to take the Japanese language. The Japanese courses, the courses that's taught in Japanese, to say. So usually the professors and the SA or TA can speak English. So even though the course itself is taught in Japanese, you can always ask them to provide some support for you in English. Like after the class, you can ask them. So don't be too afraid, just try to try your best to learn Japanese language, but don't be too afraid to take those courses.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Vietnam. Okay, so next question is from SF. Is the distance between professor and student close? Okay, I think Rania could answer this question.
Yep. So here's the thing about SFC. The professor's relationship with the students, I would I would describe it as more casual compared to other universities. Like, for example, in my Kenkyukai, I'm in a Kenkyukai under Mika Kunieda Sensei's supervision, and we are really close with with each other, like with the other seminar members as well. She's very helpful. All of the professors here are very helpful. They like you could just come up to them and like directly ask questions related to maybe your fields of interest or just like a small talk, and then they're down to chat with you. So yeah, it's not like it's not really formal and stuff like that. It's very casual, and yeah, that's the good thing about SFC as well.
Yes, I do relate to.
Can I add a little bit to that? So just my personal experience is that in the spring break, me and some of my friends in the lab go to a museum of exhibition with Kobayashi-san, which is the professor, the leading professor in our lab, and he invited us to come to go to this exhibition and have some very nice hanami, after that. So you can see it's very casual.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, Vietna and Rania. Okay, so my next question comes from Alone in La Vida 0101. Okay, is there a club or circle for international students to help making Japanese friends? Lucentlin, would you please share your experience in making Japanese friends?
That question is particularly focused on a club, right, or a circle or something. I think for me personally, I don't think I'm very familiar with that. I think maybe Rania would be better off explaining this part, because she is part of the AIS circle, which is which helps organize Japanese students and international students communication and stuff.
Sure. Let's go to Rania.
Yeah, so the question was, is there a club? Okay, so for me, I'm part of AIS, and AIS basically helps international students with their relationship with the Japanese students and with the faculty members of SFC. Basically, I think that you could just come up to AIS and maybe ask to either become a member, or maybe you could just join our before COVID, we usually had these food parties, but because of COVID, we don't really have those a lot recently. But I'm hoping that starting from fall semester this year, we could start doing that again. And usually in these food parties, it's like a place to mingle for the Japanese and international students. And other than that, a lot of these circles at SFC, they support English speaking students. So you could just apply to a circle, and I don't think you really need to worry about your Japanese speaking abilities. Plus AIS, we also hold circle orientation, which is where we introduce different circles that support English speaking students. And there's a lot. There's I think usually about 30 or more circles that support English speaking students. So yeah, you don't need to worry about which circle do I need to go to if I can't speak Japanese, because a lot of them supports English speaking students.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Rania. As for my experience, I belong to the JES, which stands for Japan English Sports. And if you're not very comfortable with your Japanese skills, you can definitely join our club. And we have Japanese students and international students who are not very comfortable with their English counter languages. So you can join us, play sports with the Japanese students and make friends there. So I definitely welcome you. Okay, so I'll take one question now. How the SFC help in career counseling after completion of course or by final year from Punjab, Korea. Okay, as for a senior year student, of course, our seminar helps us to identify what kind of field we would like to go. So our professors really hone our skills and really try to identify what kind of field that we need to focus and what kind of field that you're talented in. And also it's up to you to choose your favorite fields. And from SFC, our student life section, and our academic office, they offer a lot of different organizations and seminars to welcome different companies as speakers, to identify also how we can attend job affairs and job hunting experience, and how we can present ourselves to the Japanese job market. Okay, so these are the questions that we received from our YouTube live chat box. And since we are a little bit running out of time, we would like to close our roundtable talk. And thank you very much for all of the students, and Rania, Vietna, Lucen for joining us for a roundtable talk. And if you are looking for more information, please go on to SFC page and Keio University page. And thank you very much for watching our roundtable talk by current SFC students. This session was actually the very last session that we are holding in English language for our pre-online open campus. And we appreciate your time, and please join to the online open campus on August 24 as well. We are looking forward to see you there and on our campus soon. Thank you very much.